Hey guys, welcome to Bands of the Beat, episode number 25, My Recommendations. This is a podcast that is dedicated to playing all original music from the bands of the greater Phoenix area. And tonight I have got Trevor Beckway back on board with me co-hosting the show. Welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me back. I'm glad to be here. Actually, I'm glad you came here to my place this time.
This time I'm in your studio, and wow, what a studio it is. It's definitely got mine beat. So the kind of theme for tonight's show, and Trevor, we talked about this a little bit beforehand. I know you've had this happen to you before. I get people coming up to me all the time. They are metal music fans. And they find out that I help promote the metal bands in the local area, and they're like, well, what are some of those band names? Have you had that?
Yeah, it actually happens fairly often, and I'm blessed to work with some great bands in town, doing sound for them. And so, of course, I always try to promote the guys that I work with as much as possible.
Of course. But we pretend we don't have favorites, but, right?
Yeah. But, this will actually, there's some, most of the bands on your list I've been looking at here I'm familiar with, and but some I'm not. So this is going to be opening up my list of recommendations to give to people.
Well, the majority of the bands on this list are actually my number one bands that I recommend. And for people to get started in their knowledge of the local metal music community. So tonight, in honor of the fact that they have a video of this very song that I keep getting told is coming out soon. I don't have a date yet, but it's coming soon. But this is Just Broken by Dawn of the Rising.
Words. You will never see the light again. Spoken, and there were bonds that were broken, and there's a man stuck inside his mind. Demise, there's no compromise. You're twisting in your veins, pure unadulterated hate. Lies embedded in your mind, and their lies or crimes. You will never see the light again. The truth that was spoken, alone in the closet you have chosen. There's a man stuck inside his mind. Demise, there's no compromise. You're twisting in your veins, pure unadulterated hate. Lies embedded in your mind, and your lies or crimes. You will never see the light again.
was Dawn the Rising with Just Broken. That is off of their new EP, self-titled EP, Dawn the Rising, that was released back in April. I love the fact that I got a copy of that EP given to me.
Quit bragging.
In February. In February. Are you kidding? I was made to swear that I would not share that. And I had to sit on that from February until April until they would let me publicly share that, other than that I owned a copy.
Right.
That was the hardest thing to do.
I remember that tune from a couple Saturdays ago at Brian Mogel's broadcast.
The Oasis Files.
I got to hear them do that. That was.
They're probably going to be doing that again this coming Saturday on the 22nd. There is another Oasis Files coming out, guys. Look for that online. So up next, we have got another band that I am very familiar with. Trevor, you've recently become familiar with them.
Yeah,
At
more
least
more
that
so,
you've met them personally now.
Yeah, so Dennis Mallow, I've been meeting with him and
that Super Secret Squirrel project.
Yeah. So we can't go into that quite yet, but hopefully on a future episode we'll hear more about that.
It doesn't mean that I can't keep talking about the Super Secret Squirrel project.
Right. Yeah. So I got to meet Dennis here recently, and I'm looking forward to hearing VooDoo Sliver and seeing what they have to offer. So.
Well, this is Broken by VooDoo Sliver, and yeah, one of my favorites of theirs.
Away from home.
So that was VooDoo Sliver, and you have also, if you have ever joined in and watched any of the Oasis files, have seen VooDoo Sliver on Band Oasis Files. You also occasionally do see them do some live broadcasting straight to Facebook. And they're pretty funny guys. I've got to say, I happen to adore them all very much on a personal note as much as I do on a musical note. Up next, the band that I am about to play. This is the band that actually got me into all of this a year ago. So this band will always hold a place in my heart, and they're incredible people and a good band. And the first song I picked of theirs happens to be the very first song I heard them play that actually grabbed me. That is just the only way I can say it. It freaking grabbed me. So this is Linked by Oddity Paradox.
Well, you've been on this earth long enough. You know there's somebody out there who can either make you feel like shit or make you feel like a god. And the reason is because you're linked!
Another day, I can see clearly you're never gonna change.
right. So that was Oddity Paradox with LinkedIn. You got to work with them when we did Metal Salutes the 50s.
I did. That was a great show. That was at the famous Gypsies Roadhouse.
It was.
And got a chance to talk to
Icky Stain.
Icky Stain, yeah, for the first time. And yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't have enough kind words to say about him. It was great to meet him. He took the time to spend talking to me, and you know.
I have to say, but just saying his name makes me laugh, and it has since the very first day I met him. But recently on the local beat page, I think it was on no, it wasn't. It was actually on Horace Miller, their guitar player's page. Horace had posted a picture of an updated Facebook picture for his opening picture, whatever, and somebody had compared it to Elvis. And Icky jumped in telling everybody to knock it off. We were going to be messing with his ego worse than it already was. And then somebody else popped up and posted a picture of Vin Diesel.
Okay.
And told him to shut up. Because, seriously, y'all, you need to go look at Oddity Paradox's Facebook page. Look at the pictures on the page. Icky Stain is the lead singer. Seriously, yeah, he really could pass as Vin Diesel. No joke. And I reached out to him on Messenger and asked if I could actually start bragging about the fact that I knew Vin Diesel's body double. And he just laughed at me, and I went, yeah, no, it's actually better that I say that I know Icky Stain, because that's more of a conversation starter than knowing Vin Diesel's body double.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's a funnier conversation starter, if nothing else. So, the song that we're about to play, the band is... And forgive me, Prophet, for using this description. I don't mean it in any way offensive. You and I have talked about this. You know it. But if anybody remembers the show Eddie and the Cruisers, the movie.
I love that movie.
When I first saw that movie, I thought that was a real band.
Right.
And I asked my dad if we could find some of their music. And he laughed at me and told me that wasn't an actual band, and that most of the songs, if I remember correctly, were actually the Eagles.
There was another guy. His name escapes me right now.
But yeah,
the song.
So Prophet and the Cowboys of the Apocalypse are basically the Eddie and the Cruisers of St. Madness. So although the majority of Prophet and the Cowboys of the Apocalypse are the members of St. Madness, they also bring in other musicians to play on these songs that specialize to make the sounds of the particular songs exactly what they're looking for, which is why they're not listed as St. Madness. So this is...
I wanted the story behind that. I didn't know it yet until now, so
right.
I was going to ask you that very question.
And you cannot find anything by Prophet and the Cowboys of the Apocalypse out on the internet yet, guys. I have been told by Prophet, a.k.a. Patrick Flannery, that it will be coming out there. There is a CD out there that you can get your hands on through the St. Madness website, but you can't just go download the music. This particular song, when I first heard it, almost stopped me dead, and I was driving. I haven't been married in 20 years, and I found myself missing my wedding band. And I've been happily unmarried for 20 years and found myself missing my wedding band when I was listening to this song. So this song is Goodnight Angel by Prophet and the Cowboys of the Apocalypse.
This has been a long time coming. This is from the heart. I send it out to you. There were times we spoke of love. It ended in war. That's all in the past. I wish you peace. Good night, angel. Good night, angel. You're forever in my heart. Good night, angel. Good night, angel. You're forever in my heart. I close my eyes sometimes to look back on yesterday, the happy times we shared. Understand, I know the truth in how I mistreated you. I guess my fears were running the show. Good night, angel. Good night, angel. You're forever in my heart. Good night, angel. Good night, angel. You're forever in my heart. I took the time to tell you this, not 'cause I wish you were back. My love for you is beyond flesh. I just want you to know I'm here and that you're in my prayers. I wish you were. was wrong all those times I insisted on making my point. Now you're gone, and I'm left here, talking to the sky.
Could a song get much more beautiful?
I'm looking for the box of tissues here.
He really is looking around, guys. Seriously. That I can't. I have a lot of favorite bands. I have a lot of bands that I love. I can't name another band out there, honestly, off the top of my head, that has the level of diversity in what they are able to achieve musically as Saint Madness. And it's one of the reasons that I recommend them to people, because you can find everything from harder metal, which is something we're going to play later of theirs. You can find the song that makes me call them my favorite fuck you metal band, which is a song that is an absolute salute to anti-establishment, man. And then you've got songs like this one, and then their song Arizona.
Right.
So this was Prophet and the Cowboys, the Apocalypse, and Goodnight Angel. Up next is a band that I stumbled across by accident. I was trying to put together a show, and one of the main band that I was working with to put together that show, Desert Vikings, challenged me to get a hold of this band and get them on the show. I had no idea how big of a band they are. This is a very big band, guys. They have toured quite a bit. They've got quite the reputation out there and quite a hell of an amount of really good music. So, this is Black Cloud by Downhill Trend.
Just can't tell. You toss a coin, I'll swallow you, just like a wishing well.
So that was Downhill Trend with Black Cloud. And yeah, the first time I reached out to them, it was to ask them to play a show for me at Tempe Tavern.
They would have been great at Tempe Tavern.
They would have been great at Tempe Tavern. They would have packed the house.
People would have been able to say, oh, I saw those guys at Tempe Tavern. It would be awesome.
Right. Just not for them. And let me tell you, Ken was so sweet when he politely declined it. And then turned around and mailed me an EP and a shirt.
That's awesome.
To this day, it's probably one of the sweetest stories that I have, other than the handwritten thank you note, that I'll tell you that story later. So, up next, this is another band that you have gotten to work with too. And
is it beach metal time?
It is my favorite beach metal band. And that is exactly how I title these guys. And this is the particular song that earned them the title, My Favorite Beach Metal Band. This is Alive and Free from their EP Alive and Free, Beach Viper.
The road calls to me. I'm alive and free. Me and my machine. The dream comes to me. Sonny boy, I'll tell you now, there was a time we moved with the sound. Supercharged, dual tune exhaust, chasing the sun, gonna have some fun. So off we go. The sounds in your neon, on with the show. As we go to Tokyo, I'm a hungry sun, with the wind in my hair, just a highway demon, without a care. The road calls to me. I'm alive and free. Me and my machine. The dream comes to me. Moving along with the gleaming sun. Can't remember when you had so much fun. Downshift, come off the gas. Get ready, baby, it's time to go fast. So off we go. The sounds in your ear, on with the show.
So that was Beach Vipers, Alive and Free. That is off of their new EP that was released back in April called Alive and Free. I was supposed to get to do their EP release party.
Yeah.
That dang 4-letter word that's stopping all of us from getting to live the life that we want to be living right now is what canceled that.
Yeah, you don't like that. I was supposed to do a couple shows with them by now already, too. It's just...
They're such a great group of guys to work with for just about anything.
Yeah.
And their lead singer, Steve, is just so funny and so sweet. And always on vacation.
Well, what else are you going to do?
Retired doctors, they get to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I had a really great time the time when I brought them up to VX3.
Oh, yeah. That was amazing.
Such great guys to work with.
And thank you again for inviting me to get to be behind the scenes on that. That was so good to get to see everybody and be there for that. So this next band is, although the members have got history in music and have been with a lot of really good bands, they're fairly new together. And unfortunately, just as everything started to mesh for them and they were ready to start doing shows, that 4-letter word hit. That's what I'm going to call that from now on. Yeah. So this is Grudge Meyer, and this song is Runaway.
Away the key.
So that was Grudge Meyer with Runaway, and they actually just had an EP come out recently as well. It's called Rogue, and you can find the link to that, how to purchase that, on their Facebook page. Go check that out. Up next, this is the one band that I'm playing tonight that is the exception to the rule of this is not a band that I normally recommend people go check out, because you cannot check this band out. Mm-hmm. They are no longer in existence, but playing them does allow me, so I'm breaking my own rules, I know, god darn it. It does allow me to talk about, because one of the guitar players in this band, Tommy Ray, happens to also be one of the guitar players for Wasp, our very own Wasp tribute band, which happens to be the only Wasp tribute band on the North American continent.
Wow.
And
they must be the best.
And telling you that they are the best. They actually have credits on their Facebook page from former members of Wasp.
Right, I've seen that. I have heard the band, and they are really good.
I've gotten to see them live.
Yeah.
That leads into that story I was going to tell you. The other number one, oh my God, almost cry moment of a thank you from a band was Wasp gave me tickets to go see them in February play at the Marquee Theater. And when I got to Will Call to pick the ticket up, Will, their drummer, had handwritten me a thank you note for doing a podcast interview with them and helping promote their band.
That's great.
I was just like, oh my God, nobody writes thank you note. Heck, most people forget to say thank you anymore, let alone hand write a thank you note. Good Lord, his mama raised him right. So let's get back to this band, though, because this is actually a pretty good song, and I'm kind of bummed out that the band isn't together anymore. This song is called Last Chance, and the band is Division Within.
Calling of your end.
So, what did you think of that?
I loved it.
It's kind of a shame that they're not together anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say.
But
we talked them into putting the band back together, but I guess.
Well, let me tell you, if it takes Tommy Ray out of WASP, then I put my foot down.
Yeah, don't do that.
Can't have that happening because seriously, those boys are so dedicated to what they do, and they are so amazing at it. Yeah. But yeah, that really is a band I'm kind of sorry I missed.
Don't want to get in the way of that, but to hear more from this
and you know, I did talk to Will just yesterday and found out that there's some big stuff on the horizon for WASP. I'm not allowed to know what it is yet. I
thought he was teasing about something a few months ago.
Well, and I'm told that it's like an email away.
Yeah.
And I'm still not allowed to know what it is. And of course, seriously, Will, that so sucks that you're doing that to me. But I get it. You know that if you tell me, I tell my, 1,500 closest friends. I get it. I'm known for that. I was going to add one more band into this list, but decided that I didn't want to make this podcast too long. But if you are into the screamo version of metal, another band that you do want to go check out is a band out of Flagstaff called Verathus. And they did just finish recordings or are wrapping up recordings for an EP and have videos coming soon. But so for right now, you can only find Verathus on Facebook. So that's going to wrap us back around, and we're going to play another one from Dawn of the Rising. This is Endless Cries. So that was Dawn of the Rising with Endless Cries. You can also get that on their EP, Dawn of the Rising. They do have another EP coming, guys. I don't have a drop date on it, but I know it's in the works. I know they've got a lot of music in the works because Ray does his best to keep me really in the loop on that kind of stuff. I'm spoiled. Do I say that often enough?
Like 20 times tonight, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of my catchphrase, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings us to Price You Pay by VooDoo Sliver. And this song is probably, for what I get feedback from, probably one of their best. But I still have to say my favorite of theirs, I don't have a copy of yet. Hint, hint, guys, I want my copy. And that's their song, That's Not What Your Mom Said. But this is Price You Pay by VooDoo Sliver.
Turn him into your toy. That kind of pleasure that I think you enjoy. Why don't you just go away? All is fair in love and all the price that I pay. The price I pay when you went away. I stayed all alone while you gave it away. Time after time, day after day, I stayed all alone. It's a price that I pay. It's a price you pay. You pay. It's the price you pay. The price I pay. And now you know that I'm a man, not a boy. But don't you think that I would really enjoy for you to just go away? All is fair in love and well, the price I pay. The price I pay when you went away. I stayed all alone while you gave it away. Time after time, day after day, I stayed all alone. It's the price that I pay. Price you pay. Price you pay. Price you pay. Price you pay. What you see is what you get, and what you said you don't regret. Breaking down my confidence. Price I pay, no expense. I don't know and I won't go. You can't pay what you don't know. What you see is what you get. You ain't seen nothing yet. Since you went away,
So that was our guys of VooDoo Sliver. Let me tell you, they are hilarious. Jesus, the day I interviewed them, I don't think I had ever laughed so much. And just amazing people. So up next, we are back to Oddity Paradox. This song actually hit the charts, topped number 4 on the charts for a week in Australia.
Right.
And one of these days, I am going to get Iggy Stain to let me know how much he paid Dracula to do the opening of this song for them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
sense of feeling so intense. I just might lose my mind. Feel you there, electric in the air, on fire without a care. I'm on borrowed time. Monster in my bed, monster in my head, monster won't let me be. You're a Dr. Frankenstein, I just wanna be free.
That song, it's so fun. What about you? I heard you trying to be Horace in the background back there, man.
I was playing along a little bit.
Yeah, you're not quite Horace yet.
No,
but
hell no. I got a long way to go before I can even, no way.
You'll get there, maybe, 6 months after you're in the grave, maybe?
Yeah, it would take that long for sure. That guy's got some talent.
He absolutely.
There's a lot of talent in that band. Man, I can see why they grabbed you.
And that was it. He was actually just trying to get another fan to come out to the shows. He and I have actually talked back and forth since then as each new development has happened along this crazy ride that I'm on. I keep looking back at him going, dude, did you see this going here? Right. And he just looks at me and smiles and shakes his head and he's like, yeah, no, this was not foreseen.
I did chat with him I don't know, a month or two ago about possibly getting a streaming show going with them, at VX3. That is a possibility. So I'm gonna see what's happening up there, and they're working on building a stage, and we'll see. But that's definitely a band I'd love to see on the big stage like that.
That's another band that you, of course, all of these bands, of course, can be found on Facebook, but Oddity Paradox is pretty dedicated to doing a live stream every Friday night, 8 o'clock Phoenix time, of a few songs from their practice space. So if you want to check them out, that would definitely be a time. You get to see some of the personalities that happened there. Oh, Lord, the personalities. And you get to hear some of their stuff. So this takes us to probably one of, it's not Saint Madness's most metal song, but pretty much the storyline of the song is pretty damn metal, and it is one that hits my heart because it always makes me think of my dad. So this is Death Drives a Buick by Saint Madness.
Wanting to deal with shit, had a pillow at home with my name on it. So I stopped in to get some gas. Must have had a vision or something like that. Standing there was the Reaper himself, gassing up his ride from hell. Ah, death drives a Buick. Hey, there's no sense to it. Thought I'd seen it all, but I lived through it. Death drives a Buick. It was a Regal Custom from 1989, and it looked like it used up all my lives. The dark angel looked into my eyes for a moment there. I thought I died. Then he sparked a joint and got in his car, revving the engine, squealing the tires. As he drove up, he flipped me the bird. I saluted him back for letting me skip a turn. Death drives a Buick. Hey, there's no sense to it. I thought I'd seen it all, but I lived through it. Death drives a Buick.
Could it get much more metal than that? I do love that song. So we are up to Go With The Flow by Downhill Trend.
Finally had to realize why you keep the monsters in your mind alive. Finally had to figure out why you're living filled with doubt. But go and take a ride, see a different light. to stop me when I go with the flow.
That was actually a fun song. I love that.
Great. I like that one a lot.
So this is probably one of the most beautiful songs by Beach Viper. I have never been able to play this song and not sing along, and it is just so incredible. I don't know. What can you say about it, Trevor? Because it kind of stutters me pretty much all the time.
Yeah, well, I think this is the first song that I heard from Beach Viper, and I saw the video and everything. But Sedona's always been a pretty special place for me too, and it is obviously a special place for these guys, and you can see that in the video, and you can hear it in the lyrics of the song, and it's just. Yeah, you can really feel it, you know.
Yeah. So this is Sedona by Beach Viper.
Leave the crowd, leave the city. Spirit Road, is your mind clear already? All aboard the Spirit Express. Let it go, just let it decompress. Bolton Canyon, the Spirit Complex. It's around you, you always knew it. When you get there, the sandstone beckons. The sun's rays make shadows of reflection. If you go vortex round you, that's the way to the mesa, to the chapel of Emma. Here I am, to the chapel of God. I think that you're near a sweet Sedona highway, sweet Sedona highway, yeah, yeah, feel her soul, I'm in her presence. She's always been there in sweet quiescence. Breath of air, taking her beauty, clears the mind of cowl and duty. When you get there, the sandstone beckons. The sun's rays make shadows of reflection. If you go vortex round you, that's the way to the mesa, to the chapel of Emma. Here I am, to the chapel of God. I think that you're near a sweet Sedona highway, sweet Sedona highway, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on.
I think Steven just drove by in his convertible. I saw him with the top down. I can see him. He's heading up to Sedona.
I head into Sedona. Steve, is that where you're at these days? Good Lord, man, you need to hit me up. We haven't chatted in a while, and I miss our conversations. So up next, we have got Tell Me by Grudge Meyer.
Tell me what you want. fantasy.
So that was Grudge Meyer with Tell Me. And this is our last song of the night, guys. Don't be too sad. We'll have another one next week, I promise.
I'm sad.
But I'm sad because this is the band that's not around anymore. But Tommy Ray, you can still catch his guitar riffs in Wasp. So this is Shut Up and Bleed by Division Within.
inside my mind. What are they feeding on? Till they feast on torment. I try to bury life. Control is gone, and I left all the pieces I struggle to keep inside. What did they take from me? What did I hide? Shut up and lie. Shut up and lie. Your soul, your thoughts, your fall. Sanity in danger. Walked inside my mind. Why am I holding on? Assemble the pieces, constructing a demon again. Consumed by rage, I awake for the fire. Feed on the innocent. It's awakening, controlling my mind. Shut up and lie. Shut up and lie. Your soul, your thoughts, your fall.
So that was Shut Up and Bleed by Division Within, and that does wrap up our show tonight, guys. Trust me, we've got more coming. Trevor will be back on air with me. You guys aren't going to have to do without his quips in here and his little inputs, I promise. This show tonight was brought to you by No Bones About It Dog Grooming. If your fur baby's due for bath time and you just don't want to deal with it, do give Jenny a call at 708-642-2323. Again, that's 708-642-2323, and that's Jenny of No Bones About It Dog Grooming. And this has been the Bands of the Beat, the podcast dedicated to playing all original music of bands of the greater Phoenix area. And good night.